Hello everyone, I'm Digital Correspondent Sarah Strackhouse. Thanks so much for joining us for Real News and Weather, where we give you a breakdown of the forecast and your top headlines in under 5 minutes. So starting off, President Trump is set to visit El Paso this week, this after the 2 deadly shootings in Texas and Ohio over the weekend. The death toll is now at 31. According to NBC Monday, in a speech, the president called for unity, saying, quote, "In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy." The president continued by saying they needed bipartisan solutions and, quote, reiterate his support for red flag laws to keep guns out of hands of people who appear to pose an imminent threat. And Monday night, a pioneer in modern literature died. According to the Associated Press, Toni Morrison was the first black woman to win the Nobel Literature Prize for her novel, Beloved, in 1988. Morrison died at the age of 88. And in some tech news, the Apple Card is about to be released. According to USA Today, a limited amount of people are actually able to apply for the card right now, but later this month, it'll open to the public. Now let's kick it over to meteorologist Cash Payne for a look at the forecast. Cash?
Yeah, thank you, Strax. It was another hot day across the DFW Metroplex. Temperatures in the upper 90s for most of us. A high temperature out at Love Field Airport of 98 degrees, but it certainly felt hotter if you were outdoors. The humidity does play a factor. And if you go outside, there is somewhat of a stick in the air. So heat index values this afternoon were in the triple digits. Looks like those are going to remain with us going into the next few days. There will be a heat advisory in effect for tomorrow and into your Thursday because of those triple-digit heat index values. Now, we're going into tonight, mostly clear skies. We will hold on to those warm 90s until we get to about the 10 o'clock hour, around midnight or so. Finally getting down into the 80s and staying that way, a little bit on the warm side for the start of your Wednesday. So you step out the door, you're headed off to work. It will be rather warm, so dress appropriately. And as we go into the rest of your day, you can see temperatures are only going to get worse from there, getting into the mid-90s by your lunch hour, and not even with the help of some southerly winds, 5 to 10 miles an hour. That's not really helping out a whole lot, and that's unfortunate because they're going to rise to about a high temperature of 101 degrees. And that number is unfortunately going to be a common one, a very consistent weather pattern over the next few days. Plenty of sunshine to work with. The Texas sun, you never want to underestimate it. You're certainly going to want to stay hydrated for this time of the year because the triple digits, you look at the extended forecast, and they're here to stay. I'm not happy to give it to you, but it is typical August weather. So if you're going to be outdoors, I just want to stress once again that you'll definitely want to stay hydrated. Wear the sunblock. I know the UV index also plays a factor for this time of the year. Fortunately, as far as the evening plans, the Rangers aren't in town. I know I kind of want to throw some sports in here. They're on a hot winning streak. Hopefully they can keep that going, but they don't have to deal with the Texas heat. Certainly that is good news. Now that's all I have for you. Let's head back to Strax.
Cash, thanks so much. Let's send it over to Sarah Macias for the Macias Minute.
Thank you, Strackhouse. I'm Digital Correspondent Sarah Macias. Listen up. This weekend, you can find the Luxury Indian Fashion Tour, also known as LIFT, happening at Dallas Palms between 12 and 7. That's 2424 Marsh Lane in Carrollton. Fashion designer Ruby Bandari will have some of her outfits showcased. And the Dallas Farmers Market is hosting the Boho Market this Saturday between 10 and 5. That's an event where you can shop the best makers, small businesses, farmers, and vendors. And that's your Macias Minute. Hope you have a good week.
Macias, thanks so much. Make sure to keep an eye out for the rundown. It's a daily email that goes out to thousands of journalists across the country. It has some of the top stories as well as an expert to weigh in on the subject. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here in a few days.